Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Okay, let's do a time and weather check quickly. The current time is, let me put my reading glasses on. It is currently 4:32 p.m. And the temperature in Indianapolis right now, it was like 86 and sunny. It is not anymore. It is 75 and mostly cloudy. And let me just tell you, some days do not go the way that you think they're gonna go. Oh, I hear a little Boo Radley. Is he walking around down here or upstairs? Oh, there he is. He's going into the kitchen. Some days do not go the way that you think they're going to. So let me tell you what happened. I got up today and was just doing some stuff around the house and trying to figure out what I was going to wear tonight for the Stevie Nicks concert. Oh my God, I can't wait. Why, honey? Oh, he just walked right by me. And so I decided I was going to like do this Peter Does Stuff video, picking out like a t-shirt for the Stevie Nicks concert tonight, going through all my band t-shirts. But then all my band t-shirts weren't in that pile. So now I have to go find, I have like a big laundry basket of all my clothes folded in the basement. So I think there's some other band t-shirts in there, but I don't think there's any more Stevie Nicks t-shirts in there. So I've got 4 t-shirts pulled out. Alex is gonna wear one of them. I actually think I'm gonna wear the Fleetwood Mac Rumors t-shirt tonight and let Alex wear the one that has Stevie's face on it. Because it's a little bit, I think it's gonna be a little bit tighter for me to wear. So anyway, I was outside and I was drinking my coffee and trying to get like started for the day. And my plan was, like when I woke up today, I was like, well, maybe I'll just film my vlog today and just kind of like take the rest of the day off and relax and stuff like that. And I went outside and I was sitting out there and it was beautiful. I didn't think it was supposed to be that nice today, but it was absolutely beautiful. It was like sunny. There was a few clouds in the sky, but it was absolutely beautiful. And so I texted my neighbor next door and I texted her and I was like, I said, hey, I'm gonna go to the pool. And I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go to the pool for like an hour, right? And then I'll come back and I'll film my vlog and then I'll have time and I will get ready, you know, to go to Stevie Nicks. Alex said he'll be home at 5:30 and we're gonna leave here between like 6 and 6:15. So I was like, you know, that'll give me enough time to film my vlog. Then, you know, I learned from yesterday, because yesterday I filmed all these videos and I got to the pool late. And so I was like, today I wanna enjoy the pool. If it's that beautiful and that nice outside, I'm gonna go to the pool and then I'll just film my vlog today. And I think that's kind of what we're gonna do this summer unless I get videos filmed earlier. So I texted her and I said, if you wanna go, just thought I'd let you know. She said, thanks, but I'm swimming laps at my gym in a bit and then she's taking her dog to training tonight. And I said, okay, have fun. So I was like, well, since she's not gonna be up there, I will wait a second. And then I knew my neighbor on the corner was coming home, so I was gonna ask her if she wanted to go up to the pool and swim. So I was like, well, I'll go film my Peter Does Stuff video, right? So I go to start filming my Peter Does Stuff video about picking out a t-shirt and it started pouring down rain. Like I didn't even know it was supposed to rain today. I mean, like my front porch, I can't sit out on the front porch because my chair is soaking wet. The tables are soaking wet. Like everything is soaking wet out there. And it lasted for about 20 or 30 minutes and then it stopped. But everything, I mean, it was downpour, absolute downpour. And now it's real cloudy outside. You can see it's not like sunny at all. And so I was like, well, I guess the pool's out of the picture today. So I had a couple different videos I was gonna film for my drama video. I have a video about Pride that I wanna do, about watching that show Fellow Travelers, because it's Pride Month. I have a video that I wanna do about bullying. Oh, Boo Radley's in the chair now. Are you scratching for your place over there? He likes to dig in the chair. So I have a video about bullying that I wanna do over there. I have a couple drama videos that I wanna do. I was like, did he just like, where is he? Oh, he just jumped off and went to the kitchen. What are you doing, mister? You are all over. Oh, now he's running upstairs. He's so funny. So I was like, I don't know which one to do today. Well, a lot of people had messaged me. I'm also sitting in front of the computer because I'm trying to get these videos up. And so before I start getting ready, because I want to make sure that they're like ready to go. A lot of people had messaged me about the fact that there have been updates about the Herb Baumeister case and Fox Hollow Farms. And so people had said, like, would you please do an update video about this? And I kind of like looked into it a little bit like yesterday, and then like these articles that people were sending to me, and I kind of looked into it. And then I was like, okay, hold on a second, let me get this one video up. My t-shirt video is ready. I think I'm gonna change the title of this video. I called it all of my band t-shirts, but I think I'm gonna call it picking an outfit for the Stevie Nicks concert. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am. I've been listening to her music all day long. Oh, I just poured some iced coffee because I had like just a little bit this morning. I am so excited about this concert. I think Alex is more excited for me than he is, I mean, for him, it's not like, I mean, he's not a huge Stevie Nicks fan, but he asked me like 4 or 5 times last night. He was like, how excited are you about going? I was like, I am so excited. I cannot wait. You have no idea. And it's so funny too. I was just telling my neighbors that were walking down the street, that like when you look at like Taylor Swift tickets, which I'm not knocking anybody that wants to go to Taylor Swift. I'm not knocking anybody that wants to go to see anybody musically. Like I've had several friends of mine that, like Melissa and Jason, went and saw Taylor Swift. I think they saw her in Chicago, and they're going to see her in Indianapolis, and they just saw her in Paris. And then our friends, Aaron and Eric, happened to be, they were like, they're going through, they were like, where are they at now? Let's look on her Instagram. I think that they're in Rome right now. Hold on a second. Where's she at? Let's see what this says. She tagged it. Aroma restaurant. It looks like, oh, they're by the Coliseum. They're in Rome. So they were in Portugal, and now they're in Rome. This is her 40th birthday, so like this is her big 40th birthday trip. So, where am I at on this? Hold on a second. I'm trying to find this thumbnail. Like my horrible thumbnail for my Peter Does Stuff video. So anyway, they found out that while they didn't specifically go to, Portugal to see Stevie Nicks, but while they were there, they saw that she was going to be there, and it was easier to get tickets there than it was here, and so they were like, let's go see Taylor Swift, because Aaron really likes Taylor Swift. And so they went and saw Taylor Swift. One of my friends, our friend that married us, she lives in Las Vegas, and her friend lives in Australia and got tickets, and she flew to Australia to go see Taylor Swift because her friend had tickets to go see it. They went 3 days in a row, or 2 or 3 days in a row to go see it. I'm putting the tags on this video. People say tags don't work anymore, which is good because I've never been good with tags anyway. I mean, who's looking this stuff up? Band t-shirts, Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac. That's, oh, Fleetwood Maw. I tagged it. Okay, that's what we'll tag it. So anyway, I should have done concert t-shirts too, but I don't think any of them are actual concert t-shirts that I showed, so we won't do that. But anyway, so why was I talking about her? Oh, so anyway, but when I was talking to Jason and Melissa, and I was talking to Aaron and Eric, like Taylor Swift tickets in Europe are a lot cheaper than they are in the United States. They're still expensive, but they're a lot cheaper. But what they paid for their tickets to go see Taylor Swift, I was like, when I was looking at Stevie Nicks tickets, like the best seat in the house, like first row on the floor, looking right up at Stevie Nicks, was less than what they paid to go per ticket to go see Taylor Swift in Europe. And I'm going to be honest with you, like I wouldn't pay to go see Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift, she's okay, but I wouldn't pay to go see her. I heard she's phenomenal in concert, but I'm okay watching the movie. I probably won't even watch the movie if you want to know the truth. Like that's a lot. A friend of mine a couple years ago, she had really good seats to go see Madonna. I think it was like, I say a couple years ago, it was probably 15 years ago now, in Chicago or something like that. And she's like, Madonna will probably never tour again. Madonna's toured like 5 times since then. But anyway, she's like, these are really good tickets, and they're like $500. I'm like, I am not paying $500 to go see Madonna. They were like third row seats or something like that, that she had like got, like somebody comped them to her or something. All she had to do was pay $500 for them. I should have gone and seen that concert. I just don't love, like, I have such a hard time, like, going to, like, big things. Like, I don't, like, I have to really, like, even tonight, like, as excited as I am, I'm, like, nervous. I don't love crowds. I don't love being around all that. But when I was looking at the tickets, I was like, I'm gonna splurge a little bit and buy, like, better tickets on this. You know, people are paying, like, upwards of $1,000 to more dollars for Taylor Swift. Like, I didn't pay $1,000. We didn't pay anywhere near that for these Stevie Nicks tickets. She didn't have to. I think that was the most expensive ticket, and that was first row. It was like $1,000, right? But anyway, yeah, I'm super, super excited about going tonight. I've been listening to all the music, all kinds of stuff. So I was filming that. I was getting ready. Well, I think I was getting ready to film that video. Or maybe it was after I filmed that video. I don't know, but it started thunderstorming like crazy. I was like, damn, where did this rain come from? And then I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to the pool. I looked outside. I mean, it was dark. It was like dark, dark, dark outside. So I was like, he just came and looked at me to make sure I was doing okay. Little Boo Radley. So I was like, okay, since I'm not gonna go to the pool, I guess I'll film a drama video. So then I was like, I don't know what to do a drama video about. Well, a lot of people had sent me about the Turbaumeister case and Fox Hollow Farms and the updates, and they had identified a victim out there. So I did a follow-up to my Turbaumeister thing, because people have been asking me to do true crime over there for a while anyway. And so I thought, well, this is like true crime, and this is also something I'm passionate about, and I want to get this story out there that I identified a victim and things like that. So I did that video today. It was actually shorter. Most of my videos are like, who's texting me? What is that? Looks like a spam text message. I don't have any idea what that is. Anyway, listening to the music today, I got my outfit picked out. Like, that's the other thing too. Like, back in the day, I would have been like so worried about the outfit, but I already knew I was just gonna wear like jeans and like a t-shirt and like my hat, and that's it, and just be real comfortable and just enjoy the night and dance and sing. I mean, Stevie Nicks. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like we're going to a 7-course dinner, you know, at the White House or something like that. I don't know that I would even do that. But anyway, but I always do like anything that, you know, going to anything like that's large crowds, I get very nervous. I'm like, I say this, and I don't think people really get it. Like, I have a lot of social anxiety. Like, it's a lot just to like, I know this is gonna sound stupid, but like even going with Caroline on Wednesdays, like I don't really talk about this stuff a lot. Like, I don't really talk about how bad my social anxiety is. But once I kind of like worked through this stuff of feeling like I'm stuck on my front porch, and then being like, I actually am really happy, and I like, this is a lot of what I've like done in therapy and stuff and talked to Alex about, is that I really love being at home. Like, I'm a homebody. I love being at home. I love being with Boo Radley all day long. Like, I don't need to go to a lot of places, right? Like, I don't like, you know, all kinds, like somebody said something to me they commented on my video and they said, I would love for you to go to Tanya's kennel and do a video with her again. You know, those videos, like when I would go to Tanya's kennel, that would be when I was out driving around. Tanya's not just sitting in her kennel with her feet up. Like, Tanya works hard, like all day long. I mean, they have like 100 dogs there right now. So if I go to visit Tanya, if I take an Uber 20 minutes to go to Tanya's kennel, she's gonna be like, I mean, if I arrange that ahead of time, she'd be like, do you want to work? Can I put you to work? You know what I mean? Like, she's not going to just sit there and drink coffee. Like, when I would stop by, she'd take 20 or 30 minutes, you know, and sit around or whatever. But, like, she has to work. Like, I mean, she's running a business. So, I mean, it's not like I can just, like, I would take an Uber over there and just hang out with her for an afternoon. I don't know what the idea is that people have, but like, if you go to Tanya's kennel, I mean, it's like, she's got like 15 employees, there's people there all the time, she runs a doggy daycare, I mean, it's a busy business, right? And so, yeah, and you know, so it's not like I'm just gonna take an Uber over there. If I was gonna take an Uber to go do something with Tanya, I would take an Uber and go over to her house and watch a movie at night, and then like, you know, she'd run us to Meyer and whatever, and then I'd take an Uber home. I wouldn't take an Uber to go, I mean, I appreciate somebody saying that they love the videos of me and Tanya at her kennel, but that was like really like, I think that's also where like how I show it on camera is not necessarily is, because I can remember doing like a couple Peterson's videos with her, and I would literally be there for like a half an hour. I'd be like, do you want to do this video with me? And she'd be like, yeah, sure. Or I'd be like, do you want to run up to the gas station or whatever? Or I would show a little bit of the kennel here and there, but like I would really only be there for like a half an hour. I'd bring her a, you know, a coffee that I had reviewed or, you know, whatever. But so I love being at home now, you know, and especially in the summer when I can like be on the front porch and talk to my neighbors and go to the pool, and I love our home. Our home's small, it's not grand by any means, but I love it. It's cozy, it's homey. I love being here. And I think you know, I've had a couple people say something about isolated, and I've worked it a lot out with my sponsor and my therapist. It's not necessarily isolating, it's where I feel safe. And, you know, whenever I'm with somebody like Alex or Caroline or my sponsor or Tanya or a couple of my other close friends I'm really close with, I don't worry about, like, if something happened to me, like, if I was walking through the mall and I had a seizure, like, I know that they would get me, you know, or if we were at a concert or whatever, like, they would get me to the hospital and I would be okay, right? But when I'm in the back of an Uber and that person doesn't know me, and some of them aren't even talking to me, Or, you know, if I'm just like, people are like, just take an Uber to the mall and just walk around. Well, I don't really have a desire to walk around the mall unless I'm with somebody. Those are like shared experiences for me. Like, those are things I didn't really love to do back in the day anyway. I'd go in and out of Macy's. I'd go in and out of Von Maur or little stores here and there and stuff like that. But I wouldn't go and just walk the mall. That wasn't something that I loved to do, you know? And so I really had to think about it. And I think the one thing that's hard for me to communicate to people is that there is a fear of my safety, you know? I've chosen not to drive anymore for other people's safety, you know, and also my own, but other people's safety. But then taking that out of the equation, when I look at my own safety, I don't like I was talking, you know, to Nikki about this the other day. Like, she drove here and then we flew out to Arizona. I remember when she got on her plane and left from Arizona flying home, and I had to fly home by myself. That was scary for me, being in the airport by myself. Like, I was nervous about that. I did not love that. Oh, somebody else just texted me. Maybe it's Alex. Hold on. What is Alex? What did he say? He's about to head home, babe. Oh. I did not love like being in the airport by myself. I don't love being places by myself. I start getting kind of nervous, and on top of having social anxiety, then on top of that, I have the fear, right? Of like, well, if something happens to me, you know, I have stuff in my phone, all that kind of stuff. I have stuff on me at all times that say, you know, medical conditions and things like that. But at the same time, it's still scary to me, right? And so that's one issue. The other issue is, I mean, from a very young age, I've had like social anxiety where I don't like to go in huge groups. Then on top of that, with like the bullying that I went through when I was growing up, I think like one of the reasons why I've talked more about bullying in the last, like since I've been on YouTube than before, is because that was also when I was in therapy, was when I was online, and my therapist said that to me about the PTSD. I think I've had more realizations about it in the last couple of years than before, and the impact that it had on me in my life, and wondering like, what's somebody saying about me, what are they thinking about me, whatever. Like, that's always in my head with social anxiety and fear and things like that. And so for me to like go to a party, honestly, like a concert like tonight, or like Ultra, where you're walking around, there's thousands of people, that's easier for me than going to like a party with 20 people. Like, that's easier for me. But sometimes it's not. Like today I woke up, and as excited as I was still kind of like, it's this horrible thing, right? Because you're like, I should be so excited about this. Like, this is, I mean, I was talking to my neighbors, and she was like, oh my God, I went to MSA Market Square Arena, which no longer exists in Indianapolis. And she was like, I saw Fleetwood Mac. I was like, oh my God, I think I was at that concert. It was like when I was in high school and whatever. And so we were talking about it, you know, and it's like, I should be so excited about this, but at the same time, there's like this fear that goes along with it, right? I don't really know how to explain it. Unless you have it, you don't get it. I mean, I've tried to explain it to so many people that do not suffer from social anxiety or anything. I mean, even Caroline and I have gotten in these conversations. She's like, I just don't get it. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I just don't get like, I think that's part of like, and in some ways it's gotten better, but in other ways it's gotten worse. Like, I don't not do things I want to do, but I'm pickier with things that I want to do. Like, you know, like Pride Day, okay, this weekend. Like, I don't have a huge desire to go to Pride Day. I've done it so many years and participated in it so many years and rode floats and did this and walked in the parade and, you know, knew so many people that were performers. I mean, I did it for years and years and years, right? So it's kind of like the weighing out the desire against the fear. But at the same time, it's like, I don't love being in large groups of just walking around, and like, I don't enjoy that, right? And so for me, it's kind of like, that's an easy no. You know what I mean? Like, even if Tanya called me and said like, hey, I'm going to ask 5 of our best friends to go to Pride Day, I don't know that I would even want to go then, if you want to know the truth. And so it's like with Stevie Nicks, it's like, it's Alex and I, it's just the two of us going. We're not meeting up with anybody, so it's gonna be like a date night. I'm so excited to do this. So like, the fear underlies the desire, if that makes sense. And it's like this crazy thing that goes on in my mind. Like, I do not know that you can explain. You know what, it's interesting. I don't know, like, unless I've done it in a video, that I've really looked at the definition of social anxiety. Let's look at it. Social anxiety. anxiety definition. Let's see what it says. Social anxiety disorder is an intense, persistent fear of being watched and judged by others. This fear can affect work, school, and other daily activities. It can even make it hard to make and keep friends. The good news is social anxiety disorder is treatable, and I've worked on it a lot with my therapist. Also known as social phobia is an anxiety disorder that causes intense fear of social situations. People with SAD may fear being judged, humiliated, or rejected by others. So when people say to me, like with the bullying, like you just need to get over it, like where do you think that comes from? Because it didn't come from my family, because my family didn't judge me. It didn't come from the street that I grew up in, because they didn't judge me. It came from this. It came from being bullied when I was growing up, right? And so it's not that like my fear, it's interesting that it says that your fear is being judged in those situations. Because I don't know that like today, like going to this concert or going to Pride Day or going to Ultra or traveling alone and things like that, I don't think, well, traveling alone is different. That fear comes directly from the accident. I don't know that the social anxiety today is like, my immediate thought is that people are going to be watching me or criticizing me. I think that's what I thought when I was growing up. I think the feeling is like, back then, it was like walking into a big situation, which was like school with a lot of people and not knowing. And they were judging me and criticizing and humiliating me and bullying me. And today, it's like any big thing I have to go to, whether it's a party of 20 people or a concert of 10,000, I think I immediately have that fear. But I don't think the fear is necessarily, if anybody out there has social anxiety and you relate to what I'm saying right now or trying to explain it, please comment in the section below if you feel free. Because it's not like my fear is that I feel like I'm gonna be humiliated or judged. Like that's not necessarily like what I think today in my head. It's just I have this tightening of the chest, like I get nervous. But I don't know that I can really identify what the nervousness is about. But it's definitely from the past. And I've worked a lot on it, you know? The more I do, the more it lessens. The more situations I put myself in, the more it goes away, you know? Things like that. So it's gotten better. So, but I'm very excited about tonight. I will say, like, when I do things with people one-on-one, like, if I go places with Alex one-on-one versus, like, in a group of people, it makes it a lot easier. Like, if we go to this concert, it's just the two of us. If we go to Ultra, it's just the two of us, you know, whatever. Like, that, I feel like I've got him on my side, you know? Things like that. And you know, the crazy thing, like, this extends to going to meetings, too. Like, when I go to meetings that I've never gone to before, or meetings that I haven't been to in, like, let's say years, like, it's still very nerve-wracking for me to go into a meeting where I'm like, I don't know these people. I, like, you know, like, and I always end up knowing people. I'm always like, I always see people that I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever and stuff like that, right? But it's still very terrifying to me to go into situations like that. I think that, and the other thing that's weird about it is that I'm able to kind of mask it for a little bit. I'm able to kind of like put on a mask and be like, hey, how are you doing? And things like that. Like people ask me like, how do you meet your neighbors and stuff like that. Well, okay, so I know that meeting my neighbors has led to good relationships in the neighborhood. I know that like going to parties, going to meetings that I haven't gone to before, like I always leave feeling better than this is how I've worked through it. So when I go, like I kind of mask it, even though I might be scared to death inside. I don't know that many people would know that on the outside. Because what I'll be like, hey, it's really nice. I almost kind of overcompensate. I'm like, oh, I'm Peter. It's really nice to meet you and things like that, right? When inside, I'm like, it's not even really like when I get there, like that's walking through the door is like terrifying to me, but it's almost like the leading up to it, like the 2 to 3 hours before that I'm like super nervous about. Like this is probably why I'm talking about it right now. Cause I'm like, okay, you know, what time is it right now? Oh my God, it's 4:56. We have to leave here in like an hour and 4 minutes. Oh my God, and then we're gonna go downtown, then we have to park, and then we're walking in, and it's like, once I get there in the seats and we see like who we're sitting next to and stuff, I'll be fine. Like we'll say hi, you know, and I'll be like, oh, it's so exciting. You love Stevie? I love Stevie. I mean, then I'll be fine, you know? Then I'll be fine. It's like traveling. Like I don't really like everything leading up to it. When I get to the airport and we're checked in and all we're doing is waiting to get on the plane, I'm fine. But until that moment, I'm like, I don't do well. I always have like all this anxiety about like new things. I don't love it, you know? I think that's one of the things I'm really grateful for with Alex is You know, a while ago, I would go to restaurants. I still would do this. I would go to restaurants and eat by myself. I don't know that I would go to a concert by myself. I know people that do that. Tanya's son does that. He goes to full-on festivals by himself, and he goes with friends. But if his friends can't go, he'll go by himself. He loves it, right? And so I don't have that in me. My husband, it's funny because, like, on the beach, my husband won't start talking to a stranger like I do. But he would full-on go to a music festival by himself and have a blast, right? So I don't know, like, things, they kind of ebb and flow. It's weird. So anyway, but I'm very, very excited about it. And you guys were so excited for me in the comment section. I just want to say thank you so much. You know, my birthday's at the end of June. This is Alex's 40th birthday. So this is kind of like a little bit my birthday treat to myself. There's not really anything that I want to, like, do for my birthday or anything like that. So I'm like, you know, this is I kind of think, like, this is kind of like my 52nd birthday treat to myself. So I'm really excited about it. So this will be fun. I'm really excited about it tonight. Yeah. And I don't know what she's going to sing. She's going to sing some new ones. She's going to sing some old ones. Listen, I've got it right here. If I pull this up, it'll be so funny because I have it right on Stevie Nicks. Look, I have it right on Stevie Nicks. Edge of 17 live. Oh my God, could you wish for more? Oh my God. Okay. So I'm so excited. Should I take my fan? Oh my God. No, she doesn't use a fan. I forgot. Somebody commented and said top hats. And I was like, oh my God, how did I forget Stevie Nicks and the top hats? How did I ever forget Stevie Nicks and top hats? But you know what I do have right here that I should take? I have my tambourine. Oh my God, no, I'm not going to take it. I don't even think I'm going to take a bag. I think I'm just going to take, like, my wallet and my phone, and that's going to probably be it. Because I want to just dance. I want to dance and just like a white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh. So yeah, I'm so excited about it. Okay, last night, what did I do last night? Well, I vlogged after I got back from the pool. Then when I got done vlogging, oh my God, I was so tired last night. I laid down without, no. Right after I got done last night, Alex and I watched Dubai. The Real Housewives of Dubai. This season looks like it's going to be really, really good. If you haven't watched there's only one season out, so you can catch up on it real quick and then watch this season. The Real Housewives of Dubai came out, I think it was last night or the night before, Sunday maybe it came out. And then we watched 2 or 3 episodes of Schitt's Creek. Ted's in the Galapagos Islands. Patrick and David got engaged. What's the other one that we watched? They bought the other hotel. So yeah, we watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Schitt's Creek last night. And then I was like, Alex, I have to lay down and take a nap. He's like, that's okay because I'm going to go upstairs too. So I went upstairs, and I don't know if it was like being in the pool or whatever, but I fell out so deep, and I had this like really crazy dream, which I'm keeping like a list of all my crazy dreams. I wrote it down. It was something to do with Boo Radley. We were leaving town, and we took Boo Radley to the hospital. I don't know why. Like, I woke up panicked. I was like, is Boo Radley okay? And we like had all these like little suits and stuff made for him, that like with bow ties and these like gabardine pants and stuff like that we had like made for him, or like we had them made for him. And so he was supposed to wear all these like little outfits every day. And I was talking to my neighbors next door, and they're like, oh, well, we'll watch Boo Radley. And I was like, can you go get him from the hospital? Because he's at the hospital. And they were like, yeah, we'll watch him. And I was like, okay, that would mean so much to me. And I woke up and I was like totally panicked. I was like, is Boo Radley okay? He was totally fine. He was asleep in his little bed. And so then once I got up and I started like washing my face, brushing my teeth, and like getting my, you know, pajamas on to like come downstairs and watch TV, then he got up, and then I took him outside, got him some treats, got him back into bed with Alex. And then I finished Bodkin last night. I loved it. I loved Bodkin. I thought it was great. I don't know. The ending felt kind of rushed to me a little bit. I felt like there was total closure to all the storylines. And I kind of can unimagine. It reminds me, to be honest with you, a lot of, I was trying to figure out what it reminds me of, and it reminds me a lot of The Tourist. If you watch The Tourist and like The Tourist, with that guy that was in 50 Shades of Grey, and the girl that was in, what was her name? What was that show called? Dumplin'. It was really good. I liked Bodkin. I liked it a lot. It goes in a million different directions. It's very endearing. It goes kind of deep. I thought it was just going to be this comedy, but it wasn't at all. It goes kind of deep. So I watched Bodkin last night, and then I got done with it, and I was like going through my list, and I was like, I don't know what to watch next. Like, I have no idea what to watch next, right? And I was like, well, Alex and I have kind of gone back and forth between are we going to watch Palm Royale together or not. And so I was like, well, I'll just save that and see if he wants to watch it or not together. And then I was like, should I watch Sugar? Oh, and then I started looking up like Pretty Little Liars at summer school. Well, it doesn't finish for like a couple weeks. So I was like, no, I'm not going to watch that right now. I'll wait. And then I was looking up, what's the other show that I looked up that's on Max right now? What's the, my video is uploading or on my phone, or I would like go and look at it. The other show that I was looking at that finishes that I really want to watch. So I was like Googling, I was like, how many, oh, I know it is, Dark Matter, that's on Apple TV. But it doesn't finish until like June 26th or something, or 23rd, so I'm gonna wait till it's all out. The camera stopped, and I was like, I don't know what to watch next. So I was going through my list, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch Hacks. Well, I thought that Hacks was like a half an hour, 20 to 30 minutes each episode. It's not. It's like 45 minutes to an hour each episode. So the third season of Hacks is out. If you don't know what Hacks is with Jean Smart from Designing Women. I love her so much. She's one of my favorites of life, favorite actresses of life. And she plays like an aging comedian in Las Vegas that's had a residency at this hotel called the Palmetto for years. And then she loses her residency, or she's worried about losing it, so she hires this writer. And this writer's from like younger, and she's from Los Angeles. And so it's kind of like how they clash and develop a relationship over the next couple years. And so season 3 just came out and just finished. It's 9 episodes. And so I have to be honest with you, I was kind of like, I'm not really in the mood to watch a comedy, but I'll watch this. So I started watching it last night. I'm like on the 5th episode. It is so good. I forgot what an amazing show Hacks is. It's so endearing. It is funny, but it's also like, it's really about the world of the comedian and how comics and comedians use humor to kind of mask things that stress them out or trauma in their life or sad times. And it's definitely something that I've done, you know, in my life with like humor and things like that. And I relate to that a lot. It's interesting because like on my drama channel, a lot of people will like, you know, comment. They'll be like, oh my God, you're so funny. And I don't think of myself that way. Like I never set out to make those videos. Like I don't ever think like when I started flipping the fan or doing the lip gloss or all that kind of stuff, I did it, or things that I say. I don't think I ever did it like consciously thinking I'm a funny person, I'm gonna be funny, if that makes sense. I think I just was myself, and I allowed myself to, over time, because it wasn't like that at first. At first I was very self-conscious on camera. It was over time I started feeling the freedom of being myself on camera. And then it was like I just was hanging out with like a friend, you know? And so then people were like, I could be myself with my friends and film the videos. I honestly, like, I don't really think a lot about, like, between filming and posting a video. Like, I don't think a lot about the process or who's gonna watch it or how many people are gonna, I just post it, right? Like, my video today, my drama channel is obviously very serious. It's not funny. But when I'm, like, you know, being shady or flipping a fan or telling jokes or whatever, like, I don't consciously think in those moments, like, oh my God, I'm a stand-up comedian, right? But it's interesting because so many people have said it to me over time that this area that I really, like, I always have, like, really appreciated, like, comedians and loved comedians, right? But I never, like, people have said to me, you should do stand-up. And I'm like, I don't even, like, where in the world would I ever do that? You know, it's like when Deaf Noodles, like, started the comedy club and whatever, a lot of people at the time were like, you should do, like, if anybody's gonna do stand-up, you should do stand-up. You're so naturally funny. There's a difference between being naturally funny and having a set, you know, and doing a comedy set. I don't think I'm anybody that could do that. Do I think that maybe for one show with a mic, I could, like, cold read a room and, like, you know, pick out people and do jokes? Yeah, I think that's easy. Drag queens do that in bars. I mean, that doesn't take a lot of, you know, like, true comic genius. But I will say that through the years of people saying that I'm funny, it's made me interested in looking, like, not because I ever have any desire to do it, but it's made me have a greater appreciation for people who do it well, that are stand-up comedians. And it's also made me really look at what humor and comedy, why it exists, and just the fact that there are people out there that just want to make us laugh, to make us feel good, you know? And I love that. And I can remember years ago watching the movie Punchline, with Tom Hanks and Sally Field, and it's about these stand-up comedians that are trying to win this challenge to go to like the big time and whatever, and how hard that is. It's like they have to like work every single night in these nightclubs, you know, and whatever, and how hard it is. And I can remember watching that. Hacks is very similar to that. Hacks is very much like this comedian, but she's a lot bigger at the time. Like, I mean, she's somebody on the level of, well, I mean, anybody, like, you know, anybody that's been around for years. I mean, she's like she's like herself in the movie, kind of like Jean Smart. I mean, she's a huge mansion in Las Vegas and stuff. So the third season, like, catches up a year after the second season ended. And the second season ends, well, I don't want to ruin it for anybody in case you haven't watched it, but it's fantastic. It's really good. It's funny, but it's also really, really endearing. Like, her daughter's sober in it, so it has a lot of sobriety things in there. I think they depict sobriety perfectly in there in meetings and things like that. Maybe a little bit off. At one point, she says something about her therapist runs the group, and I'm like, a therapist doesn't run a 12-step group. That's not how it works. But other than that, like, it seems pretty authentic how they do it. But yeah, so I love that show. So I'm like, I started episode 5 last night. I'm like 10 minutes into it, so I'll probably finish that tonight. And then I don't know what. You guys need to pick my next show for me. There's so many shows that I want to watch. Somebody sent me a DM last night about a show. I put it on my list. I want to say it was Emily that DM'd me and said, oh, there was somebody in the comment sections. I can't pull up my vlog right now because I'm uploading my Peter Desta video. But somebody keeps on saying, this is the second time shouting out, I think it's like Kaylin or Karen or somebody like that. I wanted to remember who it was. They said they wanted to be as famous as Tia. Everybody's famous over here. Y'all are famous. Y'all are famous. Tia just DMs me a lot. There's probably 5 or 6 of you, or maybe 10 of you, that probably DM me on the daily, and you DM me like stuff about your life and pictures, and you guys tag me in like little funny dog stuff and memes, and I love that. It makes me, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, it's funny. But anyway, there's like 10 of you from this channel specifically that do that, and I really appreciate it. You guys always have my back, and you always let me know that. I think you guys know when I'm like having a hard time or whatever, and you'll like send me sweet messages and be like, you know, like I'm going through a hard time, and or you'll say like, I know you're going through a hard time, just know that I'm out there for you, and you know, like your vlogs do a lot for people. I just want to say I really appreciate that. When people say stuff like your vlogs do a lot for people, you don't even realize it. I literally just sit and talk into a camera. I don't know how that's helping people, but if it distracts people from whatever they're going through, or it helps people wind down at the end of the day just by listening to my crazy voice or whatever, like that means a lot to me. You know, it means a lot to me. And I'll be honest with you, on some days when I'm like, I just don't really want to pull out the camera or whatever, I'm like, you know what? There's somebody out there that's having a tough day. Let's see if I can, you know, try as hard as I possibly can to vlog. So that's why I've been trying to consistently vlog as long as I have. So for those of you out there that need to catch up on the vlog, this is the 8th year. There's 7 years of vlogs in case I do take a day off. But I haven't in the last 2 months, and I've enjoyed it. It's not because I feel like I have to, and it's not because I feel like, you know, like, oh my God, if I don't, blah, 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 whatever. It's like, I love this. I love this channel so much. And I just want to say I really, really appreciate all the support and all the love that you guys give me. So yeah, I watched Hacks last night, and then I went to bed, and God, my nap was so good last night. I've been like sleeping so deep. So many of you have said that I need to do a sleep study. And so for me to have a sleep study, that has to go through my neurologist, who wanted me to have a sleep study done a while ago. The last time that I talked to him about it, which was the last time that I saw my neurologist, he said, we can revisit that. He was like, but I don't think that your sleep problems like are anything that they're gonna find in a sleep study. Because originally, when I got out of the hospital, the lighting in here I know is so bad. Originally, when I got out of the hospital with the accident, he really wanted me to have a sleep study, but he wanted to wait until the back stuff was done, and then the brain bleed, because that could like figure into the sleep study and things like that. So that's something that my doctors have brought to me before. Now, the last time I went to him, he's like, I know you're having a hard time sleeping, but it could be like, you know, I think it's just a lot of your makeup. He was like, I don't know that there's a perfect fix out there for you, and I'm just going to be honest with you. So I have my next appointment is, and I'm gonna call him and see what he thinks. I'm more than willing to do a sleep study now. The thing is, like, some nights, I think my next appointment is like in August. My primary care physician appointment, I think, is this month, the next month, so I could ask him too. But a lot of people are like, you need to have a sleep study and stuff like that done. I mean, I probably do. The other thing I will tell you this is, and I know that a lot of you out there have had really good results from sleep studies. I've had a lot of friends of mine that have sleep studies and found absolutely nothing. Is the garage door going up? I don't know if Alex is home. But anyway, and I'm not saying that that would happen with me. There's a lot of fear associated with me. And people are like, well, you can do the sleep study at home and whatever. The one that my doctor wants me to do too is he wants me to go to the sleep center and he wants me to stay there overnight and do that. That was the one he wanted me to do when I first got to the hospital. When I said something to him about it the last time, he was like, I'll write an order if you want to do it. He was like, but I don't think it's necessary right now. And I was having sleep problems then. So, and he was like, you know, I don't have a problem writing you an order and you can go do it if you want to do it. But he didn't really feel like it was necessary based on what I was telling him. I think the other thing is, like, on video, I share with you guys, like, a lot of it, so my neurologist feels like a lot of it is like side effects of the medicine that I'm on. Like, you know, that, like the Keppra and things like that. And a lot of people that are on Keppra have difficulty sleeping and stuff. No, it was after I guess it wasn't after the accident. Well, no, it wasn't after the accident. He mentioned it. And then after the pancreatitis, he said something about it again. And then the last time that I saw him, he was like, no, I think this is probably more of a result from the Keppra. He said, because he said, has it changed in how the patterns of your sleeping? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, Keppra can take sometimes for people a couple years for them to kind of get used to it. I try to take the Keppra every day, every morning and every night at the exact same time to get it like on a very like schedule. And because he said that that would really like help hopefully with the sleeping and things like that. You know, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not completely closed off to the idea of having a sleep study. I don't love the idea of having to go somewhere and stay overnight, but I'm willing to do that. But yeah, so a lot of you guys mentioned a sleep study to me, so I just wanted to address that and say that that is something that I've actually talked to my doctors about. But yeah, and what else? There was something else. There was another comment on there that somebody asked me something. Oh, but Emily recommended this show to me. And the show was something that, it was like 3 words. Because when I looked it up, she's like, you need to watch this show. Whoever, maybe if it wasn't Emily, I'm almost positive it was Emily. But if it wasn't Emily, I looked it up because it was about a blind woman whose friend is killed or goes missing, and it's 3 or 4 seasons. I looked it up. It looks great. So I put it on my list. So thank you for the recommendation. But it's interesting because the title was something like Evil. But that, I know that there's a show called Evil out there. The 2nd season just came, or 3rd season just came out on Paramount or whatever, and people have told me to watch that. But I think that's on my list too to binge this summer. But it was like that, but like people will say like, you should watch Evil Lives Here. But it was like that. It was like the title was 3 words instead of just 1. And I thought she meant something else. And I was like, does she mean something else? So I went and looked and I was like, oh no, there is actually a series, documentary, or not documentary. There is actually a thriller series called this. So that's on my list as well. So thank you for that recommendation. I love when you guys give me recommendations. Oh, update on Damsel. So Alex now does want to watch Damsel. So I was going to watch Damsel on Sunday night. I meant to talk about this last night or the night before. But Alex does want to watch Damsel now. So we are going to watch Damsel together the next time we watch a movie. So little update on all of that. But anyway, all right, you guys, I'm going to get off here now and start getting ready. What time is it? It's probably time for me to, oh, look at that. It's 5:15, so it's time for me to start getting ready to go to Just Like a White-Winged Dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, so. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.